All right, what up, folks? It's a beautiful morning. It's basically sunny here. The birds is out, right? But we got a 2017 Nissan Xtrail, right? This is a hybrid version. Customer complaint is that the brake light and the ABS light is on, and you also hearing like a loud beeping, and the brakes got stiffed on them, right? So let's see if we could diagnose it for him. Alright, so we got 134 kilometers on the dash. Alright, I got the scan tool up. Right, we definitely have a fault in the ABS. Alright, we got a C1111, right, pump motor, and we got a C118E accumulator pressure, right? So it does say pass, but I mean, just the fact that it was flagged, that means we have an issue somewhere, and it's going to return, right, because we didn't fix anything. So we're going to go into the ABS module. I'm going to look into the live data and compare some, data that I'm seeing here with what I'm custom seeing on these vehicles, right? My accumulated pressure is at 14.6. So if I step on it, I'm expecting to see it decrease because I'm using pressure, right? My brake lamp and stuff like that. So you can't really see much here, right? All you could see is if the ABS pump is doing its job, to be honest, right? Or if the accumulator is building pressure to supply to the ABS motor so you can supply to the wheels. So let's see if we can start the vehicle up. Alright, so I just started up. Okay, so we don't have no lights on the dash other than the brake. If I take the handbrakes off, it comes off. Alright, that's good. And right now you see the accumulating pressure is moving slightly, right? I'm getting 14.4 volts, right? So which is good. Engine running, and I got 14 volts, right? So right now it's basically charging, right? If I step on the brake, I'm seeing the voltage for the motor is same as accessory power supply, right? My accumulating pressure sensor is working. If I step on it, it's changing, and I also using accumulating pressure, right, to supply to the brake, right? So let's see if we could get this thing to act up just like what the customers say. All right, so I'm just gonna roll forward and back, and let's see if anything works or the light comes on. Alright, so these are the two lights that the customer mentioned while test running. I was applying the brake and it came on, right? I also heard a loud beep, right? So that let me know that probably the motor is not able to do his job to assist the accumulator to supply that pressure to the brakes, right? So let's go on the hood and see what's good. Alright, so under here it's kind of dusty. So I'm gonna let the customer know he gotta clean here, man. Alright, so let's take a look and see what's good. As I said, this is a hybrid version, right? You do see the orange cable, right? So this is the accumulator, so I gotta get that out. Basically I gotta remove this to pull it out, and down there is the ABS motor, and the board and stuff like that. So we're gonna go after this bad boy here, all right, first, and take it from there, right? So I'm not gonna show you exactly the whole process. I'm just gonna show you the what is what, right, and how it's rectified, right? So let me get this out, take it to get checked, and see if I can replace it or have it serviced. If not, well, we gotta go after that one, right? There's nothing else you can really check right here because I'm not sure if you can see down in the hole, right? I can do some checks to see if the sensors is working, but from the scan tool you can see the sensors working. All right, so I mean, that's it really. I can't do anything else. I just gotta go after the accumulator and see what's good. All right, so seeing that we're working on electrical component, I just disconnect the ground lead that's on the battery pole. All right, so I'm just gonna prep this so I can get access to it, all right, because this is the electrical actuator on this door. So if I don't do it, then it's gonna be remain shut and I won't be able to get access to it. Okay, so what we gotta do is remove a lot of parts just to get this off, and once I get that out, I'll show you exactly how it looks. So I was able to move the cowl, and now I can remove the the sensors and unplug the power supply, go into the this module right here. All right, I gotta remove some other things, and I said it's kind of hard to work and hold a camera, so yeah, it's gonna be real difficult to do that. So let's get this out, and I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like, and you could do your own assessment, right? I'm just showing you exactly how I diagnose this vehicle. All right, so we got the accumulator out. Basically, this complete thing is what we call the accumulator, but technically this is the accumulator right here, right? And this is the motor, pump motor at the bottom there. You see that red and black lead coming off of it. This is a reservoir. This is a low level switch. All right, and this is a sensor for that you'll see in the 2.9 volts, right? That's on it. So when you step on the brake, this basically builds pressure, right? It stores, like this, basically a storage, right? So if the motor is not working, that means the accumulator cannot store that energy it needs to send fuel to the brake module, to the pump, so it could distribute to the wheel. So we're gonna get this sorted out, and we're gonna put it back up, and that should be the fix, right? I'm gonna make a recommendation to the customer so he could just clean his engine bay up a little bit, but other than that, yeah, that's what's up.
2 hours later.
So I just got the part back from the repair shop. They replaced the motor, right? When we took it off, they saw a lot of burnt particles on it, so that was the reason why this was sticking, okay, and wasn't able to supply that pressure that the accumulator needs to store. So yeah, so I'm gonna put it back up and take it for a run. It did bleed the brakes, clear the codes and all that good stuff, and that's supposed to be the fix, right? Okay, so I got the accumulator installed. I got all the harness going to the accumulator secured. I got the battery pull on. I also bleed the brakes, and I got the scan tool on, right? So remember we had a C1111 and a C118E accumulate the pressure. So we're gonna do a quick erase, right? Erase that fault code. All right, next I'm going to do is go into the ABS. All right, we're gonna look at the live data when we start the vehicle up and see what's going on. Okay, we have no trouble codes. Okay, let's come out of there. Let's go back into live data, and let's do all signals. And I'm going to, let's see, do I need to see all of this? Let's come out. Let's go right back out, and let's look for the brake. I wasn't in the ABS, I was supposed to be in the brake instead. Alright, look at live data. Okay, so we can't merge it. We gotta start the vehicle up. Right, gotta step on the brake and mash the brake. You hear the pump running, start the vehicle up. Okay, you got the exclamation mark on because I got the door open and the hood as well, right? The brake light. I'm just warming it up, and let's take a look and see what's going on. Let's put the AC on because it's hot. So we got some data PIDs up. All right, so we got accumulating power supply at 14 volts. Right, I got the motor power supply. When I step on the brakes, they're gonna tell me the voltage that's supplied to the motor. I got the accumulated pressure sensor 1 and 2 reading 2.93, which is good. I got accumulated pressure sensor at 14.6 megapascal. My brakes light is off. My CAN network is good, right? So yeah, let's see, everything is good. Yep. So my accumulated pressure sensor 1 and 2 is reflecting, mimicking each other. Right, that's letting me know that the two gray jacks, that's the accumulator pressure sensor 1 and 2, right? The motor is what we replace. The power supply is there, is the motor, so it needs battery voltage, and is able to build pressure, right, and store in that the accumulator then in the storage tank, right? So yeah, we're gonna definitely call this a fix, right? All is well. I'm gonna put the wipers on and the rest of the cowl and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna call it a fix. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit and like, subscribe, share, comment. Leave a comment down in the box. Let me know if you like these kind of diagnosing. It's quick and simple, straight to the point. I'm just showing you what you can do when you got a C1111 and a C118E, right? And you know that you got a fault on the brake system for this hybrid. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Until next time. Yeah, I believe what caused this component to fail prematurely is the excessive braking that we have to apply, especially in these countries where a lot of cars and less streets. So just take your time while you're applying your brakes, so you don't have to wear these components out, right? Until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.